Hi everybody, it's Andrew Hutchings with you here, just right after the last video, but I thought of a great topic for the second episode, so who knows, maybe I'll hold off on releasing this, not that I have a lot of followers and like I should time my video releases. Episode 2 of relationship advice. This one is about being honest. So I'll speak from my own experience. Who knows, maybe I'm making some of this up. I'm not going to say whether it's all true or not, just for privacy reasons. But let's say that as I had my relationship, as it went along, there was lots of things about myself or a theoretical person that I knew may be deal breakers in the relationship, or I was afraid to say them or talk about them, because I thought, she might break up with me if I tell her this, or tell her the truth about this, or talk about this, or whatever it is. But I'd go, you know what? I'm gonna risk it, because if she doesn't break up with me, it's just gonna be that much better of a relationship. If she breaks up with me, I guess it wasn't meant to be, because it's how I am, it's the truth. So if it's not compatible with her, sadly it's not compatible. But if I tell her and she is okay with it, or maybe she's not okay with it, but she can accept it or deal with it or whatever, wow, how lucky am I? So I would put that out there, tell her or let her know or talk about it, whatever it is. I'd always be nervous, and then it always, luckily for me, because I have a relationship that really seems like it's meant to be, she'd be okay with it. It's like, oh wow, it feels great. And then a little more time goes on, and like another thing comes up, and it's like, oh, should I tell her? Like, I know it's a real big risk, but if she breaks up with me, I guess it's just not meant to be. So then you tell her again, oh, yeah. And then she's okay with it, and you keep on doing that, because at the end of the day, if someone is not, and I just started talking louder in case it's hard to hear me. If someone's not okay with who you really are, you're probably not meant to be. And maybe they don't need to be okay with it necessarily, but they have to be able to accept it, or for it to not be a deal breaker for them. I mean, yeah, you can try to hide yourself, your life, your past, whatever, and try to be like that, but I don't think that's the way to go in a relationship, and most likely it's gonna come back to bite you in the end. Plus, and this is another thing that I think is very important, if you are not truly honest about everything with somebody, they don't actually know you. You can think you know someone really great. If it turns out they're a serial killer, you don't go, oh, well, I knew him really great, but he's just also a serial. It's that little thing I didn't know. No, you did not know them at all. If they were doing that and you didn't know and you thought you knew them, no, you didn't mostly know them. You didn't know them at all. They are not the person you thought. It's not even all of it, because they're living that. I mean, you never had that actual real connection with them. They are not that person you imagine them as. Only when someone is completely honest and open about everything can you truly get close to truly knowing them. Ultimately, you can only completely know yourself, but you can get very close with another person, but you cannot get very close if you're not honest and open about everything. You don't really know them. So yeah, be honest and open about everything, but be wise about it. Like, don't meet a girl and then the first week that you're going out, be like, oh yeah, I've done X, Y, and Z, blah, blah, blah. And like, she just gets out of there and leaves. Get things going, and then when you think it's appropriate, because certain things can be deal breakers at certain times and not deal breakers at certain other times. So I'm not saying to go like 10 years and then go, hey, now that we've been together 10 years, I did murder Joe back in 2005. Uh, yeah, maybe it won't be a deal breaker by then, but it means you went 10 years and she didn't really know you. So I can't say exact or a timeline for saying these things, but as the relationship is developing, like in the first couple years or whatever it is, because there is like a development stage of relationships, and then it kind of like levels off, and you get to like this calm, familiar, family type stage. But during that development stage, make sure you slowly but surely allow her, and hopefully she does the same with you, because being open and honest does inspire open and honesty from most people. Of course, you have assholes and sociopaths who just are never going to be open and honest, but hopefully you found a good girl who can be. So yeah, that's very, very important. Like my previous video was about work, and so this one, putting the effort in, I was starting to think it was about communication because I talked about that at the end. But yeah, putting the effort in, communication, and being open and honest, such important things. Probably the three most important things there are in a relationship. Because like I've already said, if it's a deal breaker for someone to know the truth about you, you're not meant to be together. But once again, don't say it on your second date or your third date. Toss in like a little thing and build up to. You don't tell someone your whole life story the first day you meet them, but you start building it up. Now I'm thinking about if there's anything else I should say in this video. People criticized me for this. People will probably criticize you for it. Lots of stupid guys and girls, but I mostly talk to guys about relationship stuff, because I'm a guy. Oh, no, you shouldn't say that, you just, blah, blah, blah. It's like, yeah, maybe it would be easier if I didn't, but I want a good, true relationship. I don't just want to force something to work artificially. Yeah, you can meet a girl and tell her everything she wants to hear and force a relationship to happen. More than likely, it's not going to end up working out so well. And even if it does, why spend your life with someone that you can't be honest with? It feels good to be able to tell at least one person everything about you and be truthful about everything and not have to hide anything and not hide your opinion on something or what you did or anything. Just like having a second you. Because in your everyday life, no matter how big or small, there are things you just can't be honest or open about, most likely. So you want to be able to come home to the person you love and not worry about anything. So yeah, you'll have a lot of people, oh no, just don't say that kind of stuff, just tell her what she wants to hear and fuck her, or whatever. It's like, yeah. If you just want to have sex with a girl, sure. I know guys that, because girls tend to be very political. They'll like lie about political stuff so that they can screw a girl. I mean, yeah, if you just want to screw her, just say whatever she wants to hear and screw her. But for a true relationship, not a good idea. And there's going to be things that you say that she doesn't like. But if she really loves you, she'll accept them. Now, controversial thing, and I don't know because I haven't done it, and I don't know from the other side because my fiance hasn't done it, but hopefully you find someone and you get to the point where if you had to kill someone for some reason, and you told them, they wouldn't, I mean, probably they would still freak out, but they wouldn't like break up with you, and like they would be accepting and understanding. I'm not saying you should kill people, I'm just trying to pick the most extreme example of just being open and honest and being able to be that way with each other. Because hopefully you get to the point where you both realize that if she did that work, she's saying if he did that, there must have been a really good reason. And I love him, I love her, and that's all that matters at the end of the day, and you trust their judgment. I guess that could be a topic for another video, but I don't know if there's enough to say about it, but ultimately you gotta trust each other's judgment. And I'm not promoting like open relationships, but say you were to, I don't have one, but say you were to have an open relation, or I don't know if you say or decide or whatever, but you just would like trust each other's judgment that they're not going to do something that would interfere with their love for you. Personally, I cannot stand the idea of another dick going into my fiance. Not gonna happen. I can't feel good about that. I've told her, so she's not doing it with any guys. But if you were okay with that, then you like go, oh, well, I trust you to not be with another guy in a way that's going to ruin our relationship. Now, of course, with this particular example, that they may not think they're doing something that can end up ruining your relationship, but they would actually, but then it comes back to you just gotta trust their judgment, because at the end of the day, it's not you doing those things, so that's all you can do is trust them. Hopefully you have a relationship like that. So yeah, be open and honest. You'll be glad you did. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. Hopefully you find someone that it will work out with. Don't settle for less. Well, maybe temporarily settle for less, because maybe you have some physical needs. But hopefully you find it someone that you can have a true relationship with. Please like and subscribe. Check out my other videos that are about health and fitness and stuff, or episode 1 of this series. Check out my Instagram, natural_true_fitness. You can hire me for training advice, see my big biceps even through my shirt, supplement advice, explanation of supplement ingredients. You cannot hire me for health advice, but you can hire me to consolidate medical information, put it into one place along with my opinion. Sorry, I meant medical advice, not health advice, which I'm not giving. I'm giving what I just told you about. Coming very soon is my book on tendinitis, which will be sold on my website, andrewhutchings.org. Or if my website's not up by the time my book is out, you can just message me on Instagram, and then I can email it to you, and you can PayPal me. I think it's going to be $50, because even though $50 it's a lot of, it's really not that much money, especially if you put it into perspective. It's invaluable information because it allows you to get back to enjoying life without something hindering you and preventing you from doing activities you love. And on top of that, hopefully you end up saving a lot of money in medical bills. I mean, just the gas driving to and from your doctor a few times is going to add up to $50 eventually. But doctors tend to charge at least $100 per appointment. And they'll probably send you to some physical therapists. And then on top of all the money and getting back the enjoyment in your life, the time. You can't replace time. You want to have all the time you can to spend with the person you love, doing things you love, not being in pain and going to doctors. And I'm not saying don't go to doctors. Actually, my book will tell you stuff, and you should go to a doctor to have them do the stuff with you, because you can't follow certain medical advice without a doctor recommending it. Because I'm not a doctor, so I can't recommend it for you. That's why my book says I do not recommend you follow anything in this book. Go talk to a doctor about it. So yeah.